Howard Stern is not a fan of the new King of England. The shock jock also had some harsh words for the King's coronation ceremony, and true to form, he didn't mince them. Stern has yet another hot take on King Charles III, the longtime heir who became the highest royal in the land on May 6th. On his SiriusXM show, the shock jock harshly criticized the pomp and circumstance of the coronation and the man at the center of it all.
Yeah, I know. His whole life he was preparing for this, and he didn't bother to learn his part.
Stern has ridiculed many high-profile figures, especially the royal family. He blasted the media for excessive coverage of Queen Elizabeth after her death in September 2022. He also mocked Prince Harry and Meghan Markle when their 2022 Netflix docuseries came out, calling them whiny and deriding their supposed royal plight. So when Charles was crowned, it's no surprise Stern had choice words for all the coronation commotion. Tens of millions of people worldwide watched the coronation of Charles, including the crowning and the pre-parade of celebrities, horses, and King Charles spaniels. But Stern wasn't impressed. On the May 8th episode of The Howard Stern Show, the host roasted the new king, calling his big ceremony disgusting and repugnant. Then he got pretty vicious, saying, "England's gotta get a grip on themselves. I understand maybe it brings in tourism, but Jesus H. Christ. First of all, Prince Charles is a people are acting like the whole ceremony, they're acting like that guy went to war or something, and then beat up all the other people." He also went on to compare King Charles and Queen Camilla to vampires for their stiff nature. What seemed to upset Stern the most, however, was the royal family wasting a lot of money on the coronation, while England struggles economically. CNBC reported that the national celebration cost $125 million, paid with British taxpayers' money. The release of Harry and Meghan's docuseries wasn't the first time that Howard Stern criticized the couple. After Queen Elizabeth was laid to rest, Stern discussed Prince Harry's decision to prioritize his relationship with Meghan on his SiriusXM show, saying that Harry is going to see the error of his ways once the romance fades. He added, "Prince Harry reminds me of, like, these MAGA Trumpy people. They don't really understand what they're asking for. They want a king, they want a ruler. They've never lived in a country that doesn't have freedom." Stern also derided Harry for not appreciating the privileges that his royal proximity granted him, and said he believes Harry will eventually leave Meghan. Stern's thoughts are usually divisive and prompt heated online debates. Back in December, when Stern targeted Harry and Meghan, some online fans rushed to their defense, like one Twitter user who posted, "Who cares what Stern says? He's a hack." And after Stern shared that he believed Harry would eventually get over Meghan, fans of the couple chimed in. One posted, "I care so much about how Howard Stern evaluates relationships. Oh wait, no, I don't. Who asked him anyway?" Not everyone was on Team Harry and Meghan. One user agreed with Stern, writing, "Howard Stern says it like it is, the truth, and he doesn't apologize for it." Stern's comments about the coronation also have people split. Some fans don't appreciate his critique of the king. One posted underneath Stern's quotes about Charles, "Howard Stern has been trying this shock talk for over 30 years now. Time to get a new bit, bro." Another user added, "Howard hasn't been relevant since the 1990s. A user in the UK, meanwhile, defended the tradition of the coronation, writing, "Unless you're part of the Commonwealth, you won't understand. As for the cost, well, ask yourselves how much does your inauguration cost? $100 million. Of course, there were some who showed support for Stern's opinion, including this user. "I agree with you, sir, 1 billion%.